He had the badge, the credentials, the look of a guy who belonged exactly where he stood, and yet somehow was the one they treated like a threat. Wednesday morning, about 10:30, Parkview Tower in Boston Big Lobby, kind of a waiting room for nothing to ever happen, right? Beige couches lined up like soldiers, a couple of fake trees that even dust ignored, and a receptionist who looked like she was mentally clocking out 2 hours early. The place always felt quiet, but not peaceful, just the sort of hush that made you more aware of every sound, every glance that lasted too long. That's when Marcus Thorne strolled in, all-purpose and no rush, black trousers pressed sharp, crisp polo shirt, brown leather satchel riding easy on one shoulder. He was tall, steady, alert, but not in a way that said trouble. Just someone who knew where he was going and didn't need a map. He nodded to the security guard on the way in, get nothing back, but blank suspicion, so he shrugged, parked himself against a wall near the windows, and checked his phone. Bluetooth earbud in one ear, lips moving now and then in a low murmur, probably going over details for his upcoming meeting. Now, to most people, he looked like a dude waiting for an appointment, maybe rehearsing his pitch, definitely not bothering anybody. But you know how it goes sometimes. It's not what you do, but what people think you're doing. Behind the curved counter, Sarah Miller, new admin at Quantum Solutions, was staring at Marcus like he'd set off a silent alarm only she could hear. "Do you know that guy?" she whispered to her coworker. The other woman barely looked up, mumbled a no, and went back to typing. Sarah wasn't having it. "He's pacing. He's talking to himself. He just doesn't look right." Maybe it was the trousers, or the earbud, or just the fact he wasn't blending in. She picked up the phone and dialed building security. "There's a guy in the lobby, acting suspicious." That was all it took. Meanwhile, up on 5, Marcus's contact was running late. Marcus had no idea that, with one phone call, he'd become the main event of the day. Downstairs, Boston PD already had 2 officers pulling up to check out a report, though the dispatch didn't say anything about weapons or threats. Just suspicious activity. That's the kind of thing you can't ignore, but it also doesn't tell you a damn thing. Officers Jenkins and Ramirez stepped in. Jenkins had the look of a man who treated every call like it was about to be headline news, while Ramirez preferred to get the facts first. Early 40s, African-American male, wireless earbud, pacing in the lobby, dispatch relayed. Jenkins looked at Ramirez, scoping, "Huh?" Ramirez just shrugged, turned on her body cam, and went in. Sarah, watching through the window, actually straightened up, arms crossed, like she wanted someone to challenge her. She got more than she bargained for. Marcus was still by the wall, scrolling through something on his phone, speaking quietly into his earbud, target verified, position stable, awaiting go-ahead. That's when Jenkins called out, voice echoing over marble floors. "Excuse me, sir. Can we have a word?" Marcus looked up, surprised but not rattled. "Of course. What's this about?" Jenkins replied. "Please step away from the wall, hands visible." Marcus blinked, a flash of disbelief in his eyes, but complied. "I'm with the Bureau," he said, calm as you like. "Here, for a meeting." "Bureau of what?" Jenkins pressed. "FBI," Marcus answered. "Got ID?" Jenkins demanded. "Yeah, right here," Marcus replied, reaching for his bag. "Don't reach," Jenkins snapped. Marcus froze. The lobby felt suddenly smaller, air tighter, every eye on him. "I'm just getting my ID," Marcus said, keeping his voice steady. Ramirez eased in, hands visible, eyes watchful. "Can you set the bag down and open it?" "Slow." Marcus did as he was told, unzipping the satchel, leaving it open on the floor. "Badge is in the side pocket. You can take it yourself." Jenkins hesitated, tension thick enough to taste. Marcus didn't move. "I'm here for Quantum Solutions, about a surveillance matter. If you want to check, call Agent Laura Sanchez at the Springfield office." Nobody called. Ramirez's gaze flicked over to Sarah, who was silent behind the desk, not about to step up and clarify her report. Jenkins repeated, "On the floor, hands where I can see them." Marcus sank down, not protesting, but you could see the fatigue in his eyes, that quiet calculation of a man who's been here before. Upstairs, an elevator began its slow descent, a wild card about to enter the game. Marcus stayed on the cold floor, bag just out of reach, watching every move. Sarah, behind the counter, was fidgeting, her nervous energy practically buzzing. Jenkins squared his stance. "Are you armed, sir?" Marcus nodded. "Yes." Bureau-issued SIG. Left hip, holstered, authorized. IDs in the bag, left compartment. Ramirez stepped forward, knelt, unzipped the pocket, and pulled out the Badhea real one, with his photo, credentials, everything. She looked from Marcus to Jenkins. "Seems legit." Jenkins didn't budge, still needing to confirm. Marcus offered, "Call Sanchez. She'll pick up. 10 years at the Bureau, more commendations than most." He sounded tired, but underneath was that steel you only find in people who've had to defend themselves one too many times for just existing in the wrong place. Then twist lobby doors slid open. 2 security guards entered. The older one murmured something to Ramirez, who nodded. Marcus spoke up. "I'm not trying to cause trouble. Just here for work. I won't move unless you say so." Ramirez, badge in hand, said, "We really should radio this in." But Jenkins didn't answer, stuck on a loop of suspicion. 6 minutes gone felt like 60. Then a chime. Elevator door slid open. Out walked Agent Laura Sanchez, all business, dark skirt suit, ID clipped her belt, a folder and water bottle in hand. She paused, taking in the tabloid top agent on the floor, 2 cops hovering, tension thick as fog. "What is going on here?" Her voice cut through everything. Jenkins started to answer, but Sanchez cut him off. "That man is Special Agent Marcus Thorne. He's here on my authority. You're holding his credentials, so why is he on the ground?" Ramirez answered. "Building security said he was acting odd. He confirmed he was armed, so we went by the book." Sanchez's tone stayed cold, but she zeroed in. "Did he resist? Make threats?" "No, ma'am." "So your response to seeing an African-American man with a wireless earbud is to put him on the ground?" Jenkins didn't answer. Marcus stood, brushed himself off. 9 minutes, he said. "That's how long I was treated like a bomb about to go off." Sanchez handed over a card. "That's my cell. You can verify every last detail, but you'll find he's got a record better than most. He's my partner on this case, and I trust him with my life." Ramirez took the card. Jenkins just stared, lost. Sarah from reception stepped forward, stammering, I wasn't sure. I couldn't take a risk." Marcus met her eyes, weary but not angry. "Funny thing," he said. "I was beside the building directory the whole time. You could have just asked my name." She had no response. And then Sanchez brought the hammer down, turning to Jenkins. "You applied to join the Bureau, right? That file was on my desk this morning. The name on it? Yours." Silence. "You were 10 minutes from your first interview. Now look." Jenkins's mouth opened shut. Ramirez looked away, absorbing the weight of it. Sarah slunk behind the counter, smaller than when the day started. "This is why we talk about bias," Marcus said. "It doesn't have to be loud or violent to ruin someone's day or their future. Sometimes it's just silence, or a hand on a weapon, or a question that never gets asked." Jenkins finally managed. "I didn't realize that's the problem," Sanchez said. "You didn't want to realize. You only saw what you expected." The elevator chimed again. Marcus's actual contact from Quantum Solutions appeared, confused. Sanchez just said, "Still on for the briefing?" Marcus nodded, grabbed his satchel, but before stepping away, turned to Jenkins. "You want to know what set us apart today?" I knew exactly who I was. Jenkins had nothing left to say. As Marcus and Sanchez left for the meeting upstairs, Sarah stayed behind the counter, clutching her phone like a lifeline. Downstairs, Ramirez checked on Jenkins. "You okay?" He shook his head. "I joined the force to make a difference. Today didn't feel like that." Ramirez nodded, maybe seeing her own role in what just happened. "Maybe today's your first shot at it. But it's up to you." After the meeting, Marcus declined Sanchez's offer to walk him out. On his way through the lobby, Ramirez stopped him. "I waited for you. I needed to say something, not because anyone told me to. I saw your ID. I knew it was real, but I just let it play out. I didn't push back. I'm sorry." Marcus looked at her, voice low, saying it's a start. "Most people never even get that far." Ramirez admitted, "I always thought I knew what bias looked like. Didn't think it'd be in my own uniform." Marcus gave her a tired smile. Shows up everywhere: business suits, lab coats, reception desks. She asked, "You think Jenkins still has a shot at the bureau?" Marcus's face turned serious. Maybe, but only if he can be honest with himself. Power's useless if you don't understand the weight. He started to leave, then paused. "Tell him the interview's still on, but this time, I won't be the only one asking the questions. Now, here's the thing: what do you think? Did anyone actually do the right thing here? Or was it all just a mess of missed chances and good intentions gone sideways?" That lobby saw a lot more than a misunderstanding was a test for everyone. So tell me, was there justice or just the usual cycle? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about what really needs to change.